Massena really has to play good defense against that second line. I think you've almost got to maybe forget your offense and say, hey, just keep that line from scoring. We can win this game. The scoring is up front in that first line anyway. Hart, McQuaig, and Herbert are the guys that you look to all year long to do the scoring for Massena, and I think those are the guys today. Canton, I think they've got to stay out of that penalty box. They get in the penalty box. Massena on that power play, I'll tell you, they're potent. They were 3 for 6 the other night against OFA.
Well, I guess so. It's been a strong power play all year for the Massena Red Raiders, and stepping out will be Chris Wells to take the face-off against Bill McQuaig. Wells will be centering Kevin Fergal and Darren Abbott. Bill McQuaig centering Matt Hart and Ken Hurlbut. TJ Frank and Andy Furman on the defense. For Canton, Bill Whalen and Tom Dion from Massena. Off the face-off, Furman dumps it in Massena's zone. Back for it is Tom Dion. Picks the puck up behind the net. Starts out left side. Headman pass. Hits Hart on the right wing. Hart follows. Trying to get it in the zone. It's bounced back out to center ice. Dion picks it. Takes it across. Offsides will be called as Matt Hart just bumped across the blue line. Couldn't get back out. Face-off will move outside. We're just underway in the championship game, Section 10 hockey, Division 1. Chris Wells will face off against Bill McQuaig. Off the draw. The puck bounces back to Whalen at the red line. Steps across it and dumps it deep in Canton territory in behind the net. Back for it is Andy Furman. Furman taken out of the play by Hart. The puck comes to McQuaig. Poke checked away, and back the other way come the Canton Golden Bears. Racing down the wing is Darren Abbott. Dumps it right on. First save of the game goes to Greg Jeffrey. Hurlbut feeds it around the boards for Hart. Hart has it poke checked away. Wells picks it out of the air and gets a shot on. Again, the save by Jeffrey. Puck comes free and Kenny Hurlbut picks it up. Headman goes to McQuaig. McQuaig headman pass is intercepted. It bounces back and is picked up by Fergal. He loses it. Hurlbut feeding Dion. Dion comes across the blue line. Here comes Tommy Dion. He's got 3 Canton men on him. Had nobody to pass it to. The puck comes side of the net as he's taken out of the play. And it's picked up there by Leaf Hunt. Hunt drops it back to the blue line. Chilton's out. He keeps it in, fires it wide, and the puck goes in the corner, Canton territory. Hard check thrown by Seth Sovey. The puck bounced all the way down the ice. That'll be, no, they wave it off. And it comes back into Massena territory. Robbie Chilton back pick it up. Chilton around the boards for Sovey. Sovey slides it ahead, and it's picked up by Mickey Edwards. Edwards on the off wing. Gets bumped out of the play by Carville. King follows it up and backhands it. Canton territory. It goes in behind the net. Back for it is Mike McGurk. Feeds it to his partner, Stevie Glasgow. Glasgow back to McGurk. Right side, he starts out. Stolen by Tayo. Tayo has it taken right back by McGurk, and he feeds it to center ice Carville. Here's Carville. He's got Collins with him. It goes off Collins' stick deep in Massena territory. Back there is King, feeding it around the boards. Now the puck in the corner. They jam for it. Carville's got it. Trying to slide by a check. He bangs it back. Here's an opportunity right there. Glasgow shot knocked down by Mickey Edwards. The puck comes to big Robbie Chilton. Chilton dumps it along the boards for Jeff Tayo, and Tayo starts out for Massena. Headman to Edwards. Edwards steps by a check, kind of lost the puck, has to come back for it. Picks it up, bangs it off the boards, gets it back again, and dumps it deep into Canton territory, and we're going to have a line change for Massena. Puck comes back to Collins. Collins feeding it ahead out to center ice. Picked up by Whalen. Whalen has it poked away deep into Massena territory, and Burke's line out for Massena as Tommy Dion picked the puck up. Here's Dion, poke checked away. Trying to come back with it. He's got it. Starts to move out. The Bill Bascom line out for Canton. Here comes Dion across the blue line. Slides it between the legs. It goes into the corner, and Dion chases it down. Back to the point. Paquin dumps it into the corner. The puck slides free. Picked up by the Golden Bears, but not out. Now Burke slides it in front of the net. The Canton defenseman gets it to center ice, where it's poke checked by Dion. The puck comes free back into Massena territory, and that will be an icing against the Canton Golden Bears. The face-off will move back in Canton territory, and so far, kind of just feeling each other out.
Just about. Nobody wanted to make a big mistake early in the first period. No real good scoring chances for either team here with only, about 2:55 elapsed.
Canton's had a couple of shots on net, but they were from way out. McQuaig's line out against the Wells line. Back to the point. Darren King, his shot deflected in front. Oh, right through the legs. Hurlbut too well tied up. Hart goes after it in the corner. Centering pass across the goal mouth. Nobody there. And it's broke out of there by Fergal. Not quite, though. King keeps it in, and it bounces wide into the corner. Hart going after it along with Furman. They jam for it. McQuaig comes in and picks up the puck, trying to step by a check. Now Hart behind the net. McQuaig's got it right in front of the net, and it's tied up apparently because the whistle blows. The net off its moorings, and we'll have a face-off.
The net had moved, I think, and Mike St. Louis, referee Mike St. Louis, saw the net moving and blew the whistle. Face-off will be in the Canton zone. McQuaig line out there for Massena.
McGurk and Glasgow come back out to play the points for Canton. We've got King and Chilton and the McQuaig line off the faceoff. McGurk with it. Feeding it around the boards for Glasgow. Goes all the way up on the wing. Picked up by Fergal. Bounced away. McQuaig gets the first shot on for Massena. And the save made. We got a delay penalty. It's going to go against the Canton Golden Bears. And Massena will go on the power play here first in the hockey game. I think we'll see who gets the call. It's going to be for elbowing. And it's going to be McGurk. Mike McGurk, the defenseman, picking up the elbow call. And Massena will go on the power play. And we're going to see the Edwards line out there for a moment to give that first line a chance to rest. But you can bet they're going to be out there before this power play is up. That is unless Mickey Edwards and crew can score a goal here.
Face-offs in the Canton zone.
Off the draw, Carvel, who's out to kill it, gets it out to center ice. And I'll tell you what, he's quite a hockey player. Carvel and Collins up front. And it's going to be Frank and Furman out back. Here comes Whalen taking it across the blue line. Trying to slide it through to Edwards, trying to poke it, and it's bounced back to center ice into Massena territory. Jeffrey way out of the net to leave it ahead for Whalen, and Whalen starts back the other way. Drops to Dion. Now it comes ahead. Center ice. Massena getting that McQuaig line out there now. They didn't wait too long, did they?
No, not long at all.
Here's Dion with a puck in behind the net. Dion starts to lug it out. Circles back again. Looking for an open man. Takes it right in front of the net. Now he starts to move it. There's Dion. Headman pass. Hits Hart. Takes it across the blue line. Drops for McQuaig. McQuaig right across the slot. Gets a shot off. Knocked down in front. The rebound goes into the corner. Back to the point. To Chilton. Big Chilton winds. Fakes the shot. Goes to Dion. Dion winds. His shot deflected but wide. Puck in the corner. Furman after it. Bangs it down the ice. We're down to 29 seconds in the power play. Massena moved it around and good shot as a result. Long headman pass intercepted. Comes back into Massena territory again. Tommy Dion picks it up with 19 seconds left in the power play. Dion headman to McQuaig breaking down the right wing side. Here's McQuaig taking it across, drops it for Hart. And we're going to have an offside as Hart was outside the zone. And offsides is the call. We're down to 10 seconds left in the power play. 0-0, no score in the hockey game thus far. Massena Canton Section 10, Division I championship game. Now we're going to have Burke's line coming out for the Raiders. Off the face. Puck bounced in Canton territory. After it is T.J. Frank. Burke takes him out of the play. And now tries to come in and get the puck. And we have a whistle as it's tied up. As Paquin in there as well. And the faceoff will come in Canton territory. And the penalty is up to McGurk. And so Canton weathered the first storm.
Canton killed it off pretty well. Massena had about one good scoring chance in that minute and a half penalty, but Canton did a pretty good job killing off that penalty. No score here early in the first period.
Burke's line out there now against the Bascom line. Bascom with Tom Ryan and Pete Whittier. Burke out there with Paquin and, let's see here, Parker. Off the faceoff, the Bears break it out of there. It's dumped into Massena territory. Jeffrey leaves it behind the net. That was Tommy Ryan bringing it down. Puck in the corner. After it is Whittier. Whittier has it poked away. The puck slides free, and it's Big Chilton breaking out of there. Chilton building up a head of steam. Takes it across and slides it. That's going to go to the side of the net, and Chris Kenyon, the goaltender, leaves it behind for his defenseman, T.J. Frank. Around the boards it comes. King pinching in. Can't control it. It slides out and into Massena territory. Mark Burke after it. What's the whistle? There's a penalty behind the play.
Interference penalty on Massena. Paquin will go off on an interference call.
So now the Canton Golden Bears will have a power play opportunity. And the faceoff will be in Massena territory. So coming out to kill it off, Dion and Whalen, McQuaig and Hurlbut. Let's see here. Wells will center the power play unit. We've got Carvel on the left wing, and I think that's Collins. No, Carvel will center. Wells and Collins, the wingers. No, Collins going to be back at the point. It's going to be Abbott playing the other wing. And Furman, the other point man. Dion finds the hole and dumps it down the ice. Stopped by Kenyon, leaves it for Furman. 1:19 and counting in the power play. Furman leaves for Carvel. Greg Carvel starts out. Carvel breaking down the right wing side. Slides it to the blue line. It's poke checked back out to center ice defensively by Hurlbut. Now Collins dumps it back into Massena territory. Comes to Whalen. Whalen starts to skate it. Can't get it out. It's kept in there. Here's Carvel. Carvel breaking to the side of the net. Bounces it right in front. Jeffrey jumps on it. And leaves it for Dion. Dion circling in his own end. Looks for the hole and finds it off a body out to center ice. And it's picked up by John Collins. Collins for Canton over to Furman. Furman back to Collins in his own end. 40 seconds in the power play. Collins, head man pass. Now they start to move it out. It's Wells. Wells trying to get it to Carville. It's poke checked away by Tommy Dion. Good defensive play there. And it comes back to Furman. Here comes Carville now breaking down the right wing side. Tayo's out to try to kill it along with Edwards. It comes to Wells, and he has to skate it back to his own blue line with 17 seconds in the power play. Wells gets by a check, speeds it ahead. Into the zone it goes. That's Billy Bascom out there now. And it's picked up by Tayo as Chilton throws a hard check, and Tayo's going to dump it down the ice with 5 seconds left. And I think we're going to have an injured man down on the ice.
Injured man is Bascom.
Not injured badly, I don't think.
No, I think his shoulder or arm possibly as Chilton took him into the boards, and I think his shoulder or arm, but he's skating over the bench. I think he's all right.
With 3 seconds left in the penalty and the faceoff in Canton end, it looks like both teams are going to be 0 for 1 on the power play to start this game. 7:57 left to play in the first period, no score. Section 10 championship game, Massena Red Raiders and the Canton Golden Bears. And now coming out will be Burke's line again, or, well, 2/3 of it for the time being, because with Paquin in the box, they want to get that line out there. And they were going to make a defensive change, but Mike St. Louis says no, and I thought Stanley being the home coach would
Well, that's one thing. Massena is the home team because they're seeded number 1, so they have the last line change.
But apparently he waited too long. As the puck dumped in the corner, penalties up, Paquin's back, and Massena to full strength, they killed it off. Now Bascom, who apparently wasn't hurt too badly, slides it out to center ice and tries to chase it down. Into the zone. He's upended. We're going to have a penalty.
Another penalty to Massena.
A hooking call, and it's going to go against Rob Chilton, I believe. Yep. So Massena has to kill off another penalty right away.
Really, there was only one Canton man. It was 1 against 3. Really not a good penalty. There's no way the one Canton man was going to go against 3 white shirts, but Chilton will go off a minute and a half for hooking.
At least not Bill Bascom.
No.
I mean, with Carville possibly, but not Bascom, I don't think. Wells will take the face-off again. The same power play unit. McQuaig out there to kill it. It's poked in behind the Massena net. Tom Dion takes a stab at it. Collins keeps it in at the point, left side. Here's Collins, feeding it through to Wells. Back to Collins. Collins at the point. Feeds it to Wells. Wells in the corner. Dumps it back along to Carville. Carville all the way back to the other point. Furman winds up the shot through a screen, and I think Jeffrey got a piece of that. Goes into the corner. Now the puck bouncing around. Here's Carville in behind the net. Looking. Carville feeds it out. The quick shot. Bounces in the slot. Dion finds it and golfs it down the ice. Nice chip shot there for Tom Dion with 50 seconds left in the penalty. 7 minutes in the period, no score. Here comes Carville breaking down the right, or is that Wells? Wells breaking down the right wing and slides through as he's knocked down in front, and the puck comes free to McQuaig. He steps by a check, bounces off the boards, a pass to himself, breaks down 2-on-2. McQuaig turning on the Jets. He's got Hurlbut with him, takes it in across the blue line, in behind the net. He's got it still, looking for the pass, and he's just wasting time now. Finally, he is upended, and the puck comes free. Canton breaking back with 20 seconds left in the penalty. Puck dumped in Massena territory as Edwards out there with Tayo now, and Whalen picks up the puck. Whalen just feeds it out to center ice. And right there to grab it is Bascom. Drops it back to the defense. Bascom gets the pass back with 5 seconds in the power play. And it goes over on the other side to Glasgow. And that's it for the penalty. And Canton didn't do much on that one.
Not really, no. They didn't really. They had the one shot, I think, Carville, from the side of the net. That's about the only shot that Canton did have. They did control the puck pretty well, but no real good chances on either one of those power plays. So Canton's 2 for zip on a power play. Massena's 0 for 1 on their power play.
Now Bill McQuaig has to go down in the corner and retrieve his stick that he lost.
That was a good one-man effort, I tell you, by Billy McQuaig that time, killing that penalty. He controlled that puck for about 20, 25 seconds.
Another good thing he did was as soon as he lost the stick, he went to the bench so somebody else could get out there instead of trying to go and retrieve his stick and be caught down in the Canton end. King off the faceoff, dumps it in Canton territory. McGurk tried to clear it to the blue line, picked up by Whittier. Poke checked off his stick. After it is Burke. McGurk takes it from him. His pass intercepted by Parker. Goes back in the corner. McGurk again. Behind the net. They jam for it. Stolen by Paquin. Here's Paquin. Back to the point to Chilton. Chilton gets a quick wrister off. Right on the save. The rebound. And another save. Only that was a shot on the glove.
That wouldn't have counted.
No, I don't think so. And back the other way comes Canton across the blue line. Offsides, I think, or is it a penalty? A hooking call.
Hooking to Massena.
Burke.
Again, Burke. Massena getting a little penalty problem here, Jerry. I don't think Stan Moore wanted this early in the game.
That's a third penalty in a row for the Massena Red Raiders.
And not really good penalties.
Well, it's tough to score goals when you're shorthanded. So far, Massena's done a pretty good job killing them off, but I tell you, it's going to catch up with you after a while. 5:39 left to play. First period, no score. McQuaig out there, along with Hurlbut, Dion, and Whalen. And Wells centering the power play unit back to the point. Furman feeds it to Carville. Carville dumps it. Wells in the slot. Now he comes into the corner as McQuaig takes him out of the play. Puck bounces around the boards. It comes to Carville. Carville in the slot now, drops it back to Wells, back to the point. Here's Collins, winds the shot. Ouch, knocked down by McQuaig. Hurlbut picks it up, breaks out. Here comes Hurlbut across the blue line into traffic. He's taken out of the play, and Wells picks the puck up, steps back the other way. Chris Wells across the blue line. He's still got it. Tries to drop it through. Puck bounces into the corner. They jam for it. Dion trying to tie him up, and the hard check thrown as Hurlbut finds the hole and dumps it down the ice. In fact, gets a shot right on as Kenyon has to stop that one. Now it comes back to Collins again. Massena making penalty killer changes, and the puck slides to center ice. Across the blue line, a shot, and it goes wide. The rebound comes to Wells in the corner. Looking to feed it into the Carville behind the net. The puck poked free, comes back to Carville in the corner. Carville's got it now behind the net. Chilton trying to tie him up, falls down, gets up again. The puck is free, and it comes into the corner. Back to Carville. Now King coming to pick him up, gets by a check right in front. Here's a short side shot. Jeffrey makes the big save. The rebound goes into the corner. 9 seconds of the penalty. Another short side shot, and Jeffrey falls on it, and we'll have a face-off in Massena territory. Couple of big saves by Jeffrey.
Couple of big saves by Jeffrey as Canton really putting the pressure this time on the power play on Massena, having a couple of good scoring chances. Greg Jeffries coming up with 2 good saves. The first time he gave up the rebound. Second time he didn't give up the rebound. He covered that puck up quickly and said, hey, let's have a face-off. We've got only 6 seconds left in the penalty to Burke to face off in Massena, and no score.
It's going to be Bascom out there now against Edwards. A little bit of movement on the circle is Dion stepping in. Now the face-off. Edwards gets a piece of it and follows it up, gets it to center ice, off the boards, down the ice. Penalty is up, and I don't believe it's going to go far enough for icing. Back pick it up is McGurk, and we're back to full strength again. Puck comes not out. Yes, I guess it did come out, as Billy Whalen tried to keep it in on the left point, and he did get it back in, but apparently crossed the line. And with 4 minutes even left to go in the first period, our score is still 0-0. Edwards line out there now against Bascom's line off the faceoff. Tom Dion crosses the blue line, trying to slide it through, poked away. Now Sovey following up in the corner, trying to take a piece of it, chases it down. He and Glasgow go free. Now it's Mickey Edwards. Edwards has it taken away from him by Glasgow. Now Tayo comes in to help out. He's upended, trying to get back up again. Edwards comes in. He's got it in the corner. They jam for it. The puck slides free. Tayo pokes it. And finally, the Golden Bears come up with it. Move it out to center ice, a 2-on-2. And Whalen takes his man, and Dion picks up the puck. Good play by Whalen. Here comes Dion back the other way. Poke checked away. Here's Carville, 2-on-1. Carville trying to slide it through. Dion gets back and pokes it into the corner. Beautiful defensive play by Tom Dion. Now Sovey comes up with a puck. Head man comes back to him. Now he feeds it down the other way, and it's down the ice into Canton territory. Furman around the boards for Collins. John Collins with the puck now. Moves it out to center ice. Carville just dumps it into Massena territory. It comes to big Chilton. Chilton slides it back to the blue line. Hart gets a piece of it. He can't get it out of there. Puck comes into the corner. Hart goes after it. He and Furman jam. The puck comes free, and they tie it up, and we'll have a face-off with 2:45 left to go in a very quick first period.
Very quick first period. There's been 4 penalties, 3 to Massena, only 1 to Canton. That Canton game where Canton beat Massena was the same at the first period. Remember, there was no score.
All right, Wells line out there now against the McQuaig line. Face-off left side of Jeffrey. Off the draw, back to the point. The shot by Abbott knocked down. Now Furman feeds it into the corner, comes in around behind the net. King with it, trying to go back the other way, stolen away. Back to the point again. Here's Furman. He winds. A shot just wide. Around the boards, T.J. Frank pinches in. Slides it in behind the net. King picks it up for Massena, starts to move it ahead. Here's King, looking, feeds it down the ice. That was meant for Hurl, but went by him. That'll be an icing call against Massena, and the faceoff will move back into Massena territory. Faceoff will be to the right of goaltender Greg Jeffrey. Still no score in the hockey game when the first period. No, I take that back. It's going to be to the left of Jeffrey. McQuaig line stays out there. Carvel's line back out. They've had, Canton's had 2 line changes here quickly.
They have.
Off the faceoff. Puck picked up by Hart. Drops it to the point and out to center ice. McGurk with it. Headman pass. Dion intercepts. Breaks down. A poke check. Broke it up. Good defensive play made by the Golden Bears. Here comes Carvel. Breaking in right in front. An opportunity. And we're going to have a penalty on McQuaig, but that was a necessary one.
That was a necessary one. Massena, again, it's about the 3rd time they've got caught in a two-on-one situation. But Billy McQuaig, really good back check. He got called for a cross check, but I'll tell you, that was a good penalty. That's the first good penalty Massena has taken.
So a cross check against McQuaig, but he broke up an opportunity. That was, I think that was Leith Hunt going in on the right side that time. He was all by himself until McQuaig got back and cross-checked him and broke up the play. Carvel will face. Off the draw against Edwards. They bang it back to the blue line, but not out. Here's Wells. Feeding it over to Darren Abbott. Abbott dumps it in the corner. Carvel now taken out of the play by Dion. Wells comes in to help out. He's got it. Into the corner now. Drops it back. Carvel back to the point. Now it comes to the other point. Here's a shot right on. Jeffrey makes the save. It's bounced into the slot, and Edwards dumps it to center ice after the shot by Collins. About a minute left in the power play. Back to Massena blue line, right back out to center ice. Into Canton territory. About 50 seconds left in the power play. Collins dumps it into Massena zone. Jeffrey's going to stop it behind the net. Leave it for Whalen, who takes a whack around the boards, and it's poke check to the blue line, but not out. We're going to have, controlling with a high stick, I guess.
Controlling with a high stick.
Against Canton, which will move the faceoff down into their own territory.
Yeah, there's a break for Massena. That was about shoulder high. It could have gone either way, but he called, referee St. Louis said high stick, so that brings the puck all the way back into Canton, and a good break for Massena. 43 seconds in the penalty to Billy McQuaig.
Edwards still out there. Try to kill it off, along with Tayo, Chilton, and King. Off the faceoff. Canton trying to break it out of there. Here they come. Wells in on the off wing. Takes it into the corner. King goes to pick him up. Trying to get by King. Centers it. It goes to Abbott by his legs. Tayo gets a piece of it. Bangs it off the boards. And we're going to have handling the puck against John Collins. And that'll move the faceoff outside. With 28 seconds left in the power play. And Massena will make some changes in the penalty killing unit. Of course, one of their prime penalty killers in the penalty box right now.
Bill McQuaig normally is up front taking that face-off, and I tell you, that hurts when you don't have McQuaig taking the face-off.
Off the face-off, Kenny Hurlbut's in there to do it. It goes back into Massena territory. Chilton back for it. Chilton finds the hole and dumps it down the ice right on, and the save is made with about 15 seconds left in the penalty. 48 seconds in the period. A very fast first period. Here come the Golden Bears. Carvel breaking it to center ice, gets by a check, takes it across the blue line, trying to slide it through, gets by Dion, shoots, and I think Jeffrey got a piece or it was wide, and the penalty is up, the puck in the corner. Now goes back to Furman. Furman gets the shot off. Jeffrey makes the save, the rebound dumped back to the blue line, but not out. Furman another shot, knocked down, goes into the corner with 20 seconds, shot right on, and Jeffrey jumps on it and holds on, ties it up. And I'll tell you what, a good opportunity there, and Carvel beat Dion.
Carvel beat Dion. He put that puck, I tell you, that's a patented play of Dion, putting the puck through the defenseman's legs and stepping around. This time, Carvel did it to Dion. You don't see him do that very often. Tommy Dion played the puck instead of playing the man. The puck went through his legs. Carvel stepped around and got the shot on Greg Jeffrey. I tell you, Jeffrey's been a much busier boy in the first period than Kenyon. Massena really no good scoring chances in this first period.
Of course, they've been
killing penalties.
Killing penalties the whole first period.
Got to stay out of that penalty box.
Bascom's line out there off the faceoff. Puck sitting in the circle, and Dion picks it up. Skates right in front of his own net. Headman pass goes to Hart. Hart taken out of the play with 10 seconds left. It bounces in the zone, though. McQuaig keeps it in. Here's McQuaig now feeding to Hart in the corner. Hart centers it. It goes behind the net. With 2 seconds left, Dion pinches in. And the buzzer sounds, and we played a scoreless first period. 0-0 after one, and much the same as the last time these two teams met. Although this time around, Massena had to kill off how many penalties in that first period? 4 penalties in the first period. The Wells line, I should say, as we get ready to start the second period. Jeffrey will be in the goal to our right, and Chris Kenyon in the goal to our left. Kenyon not really tested in that first period.
No, not tested at all. Only 3 saves in that first period.
Jeffrey was and rose to the occasion off the faceoff. The puck comes back to T.J. Frank, who immediately dumps it into Massena territory. Jeffrey leaves it. Ice looks to be a little bit slow right now. Still some water sitting on it. Now the puck comes to Whalen behind the net. It's nice and warm in here. Whalen bangs it into the Dion in the corner. Headman pass a little bit by McQuaig. It slides by everybody and goes down in Canton territory as the icing is waved off, and Hart goes in after it. Looking to move it. Now McQuaig helps out. He takes it. Taken out of the play by Wells, and Wells skates away with the puck. Starts back the other way for the Canton Golden Bears. He's got Abbott with him. Takes it across the blue line, centering it. And Hurlbut gets a piece of it on the way through. Dion picks it up, bangs it ahead for McQuaig. McQuaig trying to dump to an open wing. Wells intercepts it back into his own zone. Here's Wells, knocked off the puck. Comes free in behind the net. McQuaig after it there. Bouncing puck into the corner. Now after it is the defenseman T.J. Frank. Frank taken out of the play. McQuaig picks up the puck. There's a stick loose, and now Matt Hart in there trying to help out. And things are tied up in the corner, and we'll have a face-off in Canton territory as the Edwards line comes out against the Carvel line. 14 minutes even, so we played a minute here in the second period, still 0-0. Edwards out there with Sobey and Tayo. Carvel comes out with Leap Hunt and John Collins. Chilton and King playing the points for Massena. Glasgow playing 1 point along with McGurk. Off the face-off, Canton breaking. We've got a 2-on-1. Here comes Collins. Shot, and he hit the post. Hit the outside of the post. Massena controls. It's Edwards banging off the boards, but not out. Bouncing puck controlled again by Carvel. He slides it by, taken out of the play. That time King took the man instead of the puck, and the puck comes back to the blue line. McGurk keeps it in, though. Now after it, it's Tayo. He can't catch up with it. Back to the point. McGurk shot. Goes off Collins' leg into the corner. Now Carvel right in front. Poke check by Jeffrey. Now the puck bouncing in the slot. Jeffrey grabs it. It's in the net. Carvel.
I don't know how Carvel got loose. He was tied up by Chilton, but I think Chilton sort of let him go, and as he let him go, the puck laid there. Chilton, I think, was looking for the puck instead of tying up Carvel, and Carvel was a 1-on-4 situation, and we said the guy you got to watch is Greg Carvel for Canton. You got to keep him off the scoreboard, but Canton goes ahead 1-0, Bus. That might even be unassisted. I'm not sure.
I think Jeffrey had it in his glove and dropped it. And Carvel was right there to poke it home, and Canton goes up 1-0. So, now Massena with their work cut out for them. The Raiders haven't often been behind, so they've got to go after it here. Here comes Furman, his pass intercepted. Parker, headman to Paquin. Now Burke with it on the backhand, in behind the net. It wasn't on unassisted goal. Now Canton trying to break it out of there. They get it to center ice. Here's Bascom, bangs it to the Massena blue line. Back for it is Whalen. Whalen in behind the net. Around the boards to Dion. Dion has it poked away. Here's a short side shot. Goes into the corner. Now Parker trying to kick it out of there, and he does. Made a good play without a stick. Now the puck back to Whalen. Whalen has it poked away. Now bang back to the blue line. Bascom overskates it. And Massena is going to make a line change as the McQuaig line coming back out there in a moment. Here's a shot, goes in behind the net. And I think that was an icing as they fired it from the wrong side of the red line. So the faceoff will move back into Canton territory, but Canton leads it on a score of 1-0 with 12:31 left in the second period.
And that was unassisted. Greg Carlo getting that goal unassisted.
McQuaig will take the faceoff. He'll face it off against, I would imagine that's Wells. Off the draw, Hart trying to get a shot off. It goes wide as he was falling down. In behind the net, Mike McGurk with it. McGurk, around the boards it goes. Hart after it there. Hart feed it to Chilton. Chilton just bangs it into the corner to an open wing. Kevin Fergal tries to pick it up, slides it to center ice. Here comes Wells. Wells breaking in. He's got Darren Abbott with him, and he's taken out of the play by Chilton, and Chilton's going to pick up a penalty. As McQuaig touches the puck, Massena will be penalized again. And the face-off will come. It's a high sticking call on Chilton. It will come in Massena territory. 1-0 for Canton. Dion comes out along with McQuaig, Hurlbut, and Whalen. And we'll see the Canton power play unit. Carville, Wells, and I think Abbott will play the other wing up front. And it's going to be John Collins playing 1 point along with Furman. A little bit of movement on the face-off. Off the draw. Puck goes back to the point. Collins fakes a shot, passes it in the corner. Carville with it. Circling right there. Back to Wells. Wells back to the point. Collins. Collins goes over to Furman. Furman winds. A shot knocked down in front and is picked up by Whalen, and he just carries it out to center ice. Headman pass to Hurlbut. Hurlbut overskated, gets it back again. Looking to dump it back to Dion. Here's Dion. Over to Whalen. Whalen just lofts it down the ice now. Back into Canton territory. They're going to have to regroup. 58 seconds in the penalty. Now the puck dumped by Wells. Deep into Massena territory. Goes in behind the net. Dion with it. Pokes it past to Abbott. Dion now just looking to tie it up, and he does. And the faceoff will come in Massena territory with 47 seconds left in the penalty. Well, 11:26 in the period. 1-0 for Canton. Face-off to the left of goaler Greg Jeffrey. As Edwards comes out with Tayo now. Collins is going to... No. Carville will take the face-off. Collins just had to piece of tape off his stick to give to the referee. Off the draw. Puck in the circle. Comes back to the blue line. Here's Furman. Furman feeding it through to Abbott. Back to Furman. His shot. Ouch! Knocked down there nicely by Mickey Edwards. And it bounces back into Canton territory. Back is Collins. Dumping to an open wing. Furman picks it up there. Headmans it. Goes to Abbott. Abbott cross-ice pass. Now it's Collins trying to get it across the blue line. Offsides is Mickey Edwards. Good job penalty killing this shift. Got a stick on it. And got it back out to center ice before it was taken back in. 24 seconds left in the power play for Canton. 11:03 left in the second period. 1-0 for Canton. Off the face. The puck banged to the blue line. Out to center ice. King picks it up and slides it into Canton territory. Now the Golden Bears try to regroup. A headman pass knocked down by Tayo. It comes to Wells, dumps it, hits the official, and Dion picks it up and dumps it back down the ice. In fact, it goes right on Kenyon. 7 seconds left in the penalty. In behind the net. Here come the Canton Golden Bears. 1 second. Penalty is up, and Chilton's back out on the ice. Now the pass intercepted by Dion, but he loses it. Carville takes it in, and he is taken out of the play by Edwards. Edwards gets banged. The puck comes free. Carville. Wells behind the net. Trying to center it. It goes to Collins. Collins back to the point. Furman keeps it in. Bangs it off the boards. Puck poke checked away. Back to the blue line. John Collins with it. Takes a whack at it. Edwards going after it. He's taken out of the play by Collins. Collins makes a good play to keep it in there. Here's Carville. He's taken out of the play. The puck bounced back to the blue line and out to center ice. And there, right there, looked like nobody really wanted the puck. Now back the other way. Wells, he feeds it in. It's going to go off a stick to Jeffrey, who feeds it ahead for Chilton. Chilton stops. Now starts back the other way. Here's Chilton. Long headman pass. Goes to Paquin. Paquin can't come up with it. It goes in the corner. Back to pick it up is Steve Glasgow, who feeds it around the boards. Back to the blue line, out to center ice. Poke checked away. Parker with it. Parker steps it across. Poke checked away from him. Back out to center ice. Whalen feeds it ahead for Parker. Parker slides it past a check. In the corner, it's Burke. Burke with it, side of the net, right in front. Oh, Parker missed one there. Parker in the corner after it now. They jam at it. Burke's in there as well, and the puck skated out of there by the Canton Golden Bears. Long headman pass coming down the ice. Here's an opportunity for Whittier, taken away from him by Whalen. Whalen ties him up, picks up the puck, feeds it around the boards for Parker. Parker back to Whalen. Now Chilton. Chilton looking to move it out to center ice. He does. And the puck controlled there by Billy Bascom, who headmans it back into Massena territory. Racing in on the wing is Tommy Ryan. And we have a whistle, and I think that was an offsides call against Canton. Face-off will come on the Canton side of the red line. Center ice territory is the McQuaig line back out, which means the Wells line back out. Canton leading it 1-0 with 8:58 left to play here. Period number 2. Off the draw. Puck bouncing back to the red line. Darren King is there. King circles at his own blue line, feeds Dion. Dion threads it ahead to McQuaig. McQuaig drops it across the blue line. Here's Hurlbut dropping back to McQuaig, going off a leg, and Canton comes back the other way. Here comes McQuaig. Over to Dion. Dion slides it ahead outside. Picks it up again. And offsides will be called on Canton as they brought it back across. Face-off will come just outside Massena territory. Still 1-0 Canton. 8:34 left to play. Bill McQuaig will face off against Chris Wells. Off the draw. Bouncing puck drop back to King. King dumps to an open wing. Hurlbut, or Hart rather, trying to catch up with it. He can't. Comes back to the Massena blue line. Across the blue line. Wells gets a shot off, and the save made by Jeffrey. He was pretty well tied up, but got the shot off anyway. Now King in behind the net, being forechecked. Has it taken away from him. Here comes Fergal after it. He's knocked off the puck. Here comes Hurlbut. Back the other way for Massena. Hurlbut steps across the blue line. Gets the puck back. Drops it for McQuaig. Now Dion picks it up. Has it poke checked away. Gets it again. Feeds it into the corner. After it is Hart. Hart taken out of the play. The puck bouncing into the corner. Hart picks it up. Gets a backhander off. Knocked down. Goes high over the net. And I'll tell you what, Kenyon didn't even see that. But it went behind him. Here's a penalty, and I think Massena's going to pick up another penalty.
Yep.
And it's dumped down the ice by Canton.
Hart's going to pick it up.
And Matt Hart's going to pick up a call for charging, probably. Nope, slashing.
Slashing.
So Massena in the penalty box again.
That's the sixth penalty of the afternoon.
And that's been Massena's problem. And I'll tell you what, Reg, eventually it's going to come back to haunt him.
Yeah, Massena's been able to kill off the first ones, but here's number 6 coming up. You just can't keep doing this all afternoon.
7:41 left to play here. Almost halfway through the game, and Massena really hasn't done much of anything except kill penalties. And they dump it out to center ice. Collins with it, feeding it to Fergal. Or Furman, rather. Across the blue line. Whalen dumps it to an open wing out to center ice. Furman again. Feeds it, gets it back again. Furman, head man into the Massena territory. Big Chilton there to pick it up. Dump it to the Canton blue line. Collins with it. Collins circling. Headmans it to center ice. Here comes Canton back the other way. Dropping it in. Carville getting past the defense, but too far in. Carville in behind the net. Still got the puck. Center's right in front. Here's an opportunity to hit the goalpost. Here's another shot. Goes wide. And the puck comes in the corner. Poke check behind the net. Canton did everything but score there. Puck goes into the corner. Edwards after it takes a whack at it down the ice. And Massena dodged a bullet right there. It hit the goalpost. In fact, it was so close the red light came on.
That's right. The red light came on, but it hit the post. Massena lucky there.
I guess so. Across the blue line, Collins taken out of the play. Whalen takes a whack at it. Abbott keeps it in. McQuaig throws a check. Hurlbut picks up the puck, dumps it to center ice. About 24 seconds and counting left in the power play. Now back the other way from the Canton Golden Bears. They stop behind the net with about 10 seconds left in the power play. Down the ice, Carville takes a dive and didn't work for him that time. And the puck comes free to King. King crosses the blue line, gets a shot off. It goes off. I think that was off Herman's mask as he dived in front of it. And the face-off, or the puck in the corner, controlled by the Golden Bears, out to center ice. King takes it back in, but offsides will be called. They killed the penalty, though. And with 5:59 left in the period, Massena's got to regroup here.
But I'll tell you, that time Canton had 2 men all alone in front of Greg Jeffrey. I don't know where the Massena defense were. I think they were out to lunch. He took the shot, and he hit the post. The light came on, but the referee also there and said, no, it didn't go in. Massena lucky there.
Dion gets the face-off. Takes it across the blue line. Poke checked away. Back out to center ice. Now they try to move it down to Tom Ryan. Feeding it into Massena territory. We've got the Burke line out for Massena. And the Bascom line for Canton. Here's King. Long head man doesn't get out. Here's McGurk's shot. Fired it wide. Now the puck comes to Paquin. Paquin slides ahead to Burke. Burke breaking down. He's got Parker with it. Feeds it to Parker. And it jumped under his stick. He would have been in all by himself. Puck in behind the net. Around the boards it goes. Hard check thrown there by Paquin. Poke checked away. Here's Big Chilton. He's got a shot. And he scores!
Robbie Chilton, I'll tell you, he didn't take any time at all on that. The puck came back, I think, what Burke and Paquin probably both will get assists. It went right back. It was a nice, quick, low shot, and that beat. Chris Kenyon Massena ties it up on a score of 1-0. Well, we're back to the start.
I'll tell you what.
That came quick.
That was a huge goal.
Oh, that was a big goal for Massena. Rob Chilton, he can shoot the puck, I'll tell you. And that time was on net and inside I think, the left post he caught. It's all tied up, 1-1. That'd be Chilton probably from Burke and Paquin, I think.
The thing about it was Canton really was dominating Massena there.
Yep.
They had lots of power plays. And for Massena to come back and get a goal right after the power play was over, it's a big, big goal. Here comes Tayo across the blue line. Drops it to Sovey. Sovey trying to get the shot off, poked away into the corner. Sovey going back for it. Feeds it to Edwards. He can't control it. Back to the blue line. Whalen keeps it in there. Edwards overskates. It's banged out to center ice. It comes to Wells. Wells feeding ahead for Abbott. He crosses the blue line. Into the corner it goes. And goes after it himself. Whalen comes away with a puck. Feeds it around. And it comes to Tayo. Here comes Tayo. To an open wing. Sovey chasing it down. Right in front. It comes back to the blue line. McQuaig is on the ice now. Trying to step by a check. Now Chilton gets it again. Feeding it into McQuaig. Bounces off his stick. McQuaig going after it. He still got it. Now goes around the boards. And it comes to the Canton Golden Bears. They dump it down the ice. And Chilton will come back for it in his own end as Canton wants to make a line change. Here's Chilton. Off the boards to Hart. Hart, poke checked away. Here's Carvel, waiting for his wings. He didn't wait long enough, apparently. And the faceoff will come outside with 4:17 left. A tie score, 1-1. Chilton from
Paquin. Paquin only. I'll tell you, Burke helped keep that puck in along the boards. He and Paquin cut in, and finally was passed back by Paquin to Chilton. He took that quick, nice, low slap shot, beating Kenyon. It's all tied, 1-1.
Man, McQuaig takes the faceoff against Carvel. It comes to King. King takes it across, poke checked away at the last minute, and now the puck slides, and it's picked up by Carvel. Backhands it to the blue line. McQuaig peeks it up. Slides by a check. Carvel comes in to help out, picks up the puck. Bounces it ahead into the zone. Now Collins taken out of the play. The puck comes to Dion. Dion gets by a check, feeds it ahead to Hurl, but the puck bumps into the corner. Now King with it. He's taken out of the play. The puck slides to center ice. Picked up by Sovey. Sovey clears it ahead. Across the blue line. Carvel gets it back across the blue line. And now it's dumped down the ice. That will be an icing call against Canton with 3:35 left to play in the second period. Still tied at 1.
I think that put a little bit of life in Massena.
Yeah.
Canton really, until Massena scored, Canton had the much better of play. But then all of a sudden, Chilton gets that goal. I guess the old adrenaline going. I guess Jerry Massena looking a little bit better after that goal.
And it's one of those goals where it came out of nowhere.
It did.
You know,
no real play or anything, just a shot, and it's in.
In behind the net, Furman with it. Around the boards it goes. Whalen takes a whack at it, fired it wide. Puck whistles back to the blue line, out to center ice. Just barely, though, and Chilton gets it back in, but it's back out again. Dump to the blue line. Whalen makes a good play to keep it from going into Massena zone. After his Parker, Whalen follows, picks it up. Whalen looking for somebody to pass to. Steps back the other way. He's going to take a shot. Kenyon makes the save. The rebound, Parker. Oh, he fired it wide. Kenyon left a big rebound out in front. And the puck comes in behind the net and still free. They jam for it. And finally, it's picked up by Billy Bascom. Bascom breaking down. Stolen by Chilton, who dumps it to an open wing. Burke just takes a slice at it. And we're going to have a line change as the puck goes back in Canton territory. Mickey Edwards line out there. Feeding it ahead. The puck kicked by Tayo. Furman loses it to Sovey. And he takes Sovey out of the play. He's right on top of him. And the puck comes around the boards. After it is Tayo in the corner and Edwards. Tayo, and they tie it up, and we'll have a face-off.
Okay.
Matching minors?
Matching minors. You can see that coming with
well, Furman had Sovey down and was on top of him.
So Furman and Sovey, both on matching minors, will be going off.
So now we're going to be skating 4-on-4 plus the goaltenders. With 2.5 left to play in the second period, it's 1-1. Wells is out there. And Edwards for Massena to face off. I think that's Fergal, the other forward. Face off Canton territory. Off the draw, the puck in the circle. They jam it, still in the circle. Edwards tries to get a shot. It comes back to King. King has it poke checked away by Fergal. Now the puck comes free. Fergal. Now it's Canton. Moving it, it's McGurk. McGurk takes it across the blue line. Poked away, Edwards. Here comes Edwards the other way. Out to center ice. He's still got it. Kicks it into Canton territory, and he wants off as McQuaig coming out with Hurlbut and Dion along with King. Now the puck out to center ice. It goes by everybody. King comes back. No, it's going to be Dion picking it up. Taken out of the play, trying to kick it ahead. He does, and he's got it. Headman pass. Here comes McQuaig with a breakaway. Billy McQuaig coming in on Kenyon. McQuaig shoots, scores!
I'll tell you, that play was made by Dion. Dion had that puck back in his own end. He was partially tied up. I'll tell you, he's always looking. He can control the puck, and look also, he threw it up to McQuaig. Actually, McQuaig and Hobart were in all alone that time. That'll be McQuaig from Dion, at least. A big goal for Massena. Billy McQuaig on a clean breakaway. There wasn't a yellow shirt within 50 feet of him. But Tommy Dion set up that goal.
McQuaig made no mistake as he waited and waited and waited for Kenyon to commit himself. When he did, he put it past him on the stick side. And it's 2-1 for Massena. Breakaway goal for Bill McQuaig. And not shorthanded, but a 4-on-4 goal.
4-on-4.
Here comes Carville across the blue line, and a nice play by Chilton breaks it up. He's going to be called for gloving it ahead. But what he did was Carville tried to slide it by him, and Chilton reached down to the ice and grabbed the puck and slid it ahead to McQuaig. And so the faceoff will come in Massena territory with 39 seconds left in the matching minors, 1:39 in the period. Off the face-off, it comes to Chilton. Chilton, long headman pass off the boards. Here comes Massena, McQuaig and Hurlbut, 2-on-2. Drop pass goes to McQuaig. McQuaig in, short side to Hurlbut, just wide. Oh, nice pass play. The puck comes free and slides into the circle. Collins back to pick it up. Here's Collins with it, circling in his own end. Gets by a check of McQuaig, well, partially by it. Has to come back for the puck. Now he skates by another check. McQuaig after him. Poke checked away. Carville winds a shot, knocked down. It's in the slot. Picked up by McQuaig. Here's McQuaig feeding it ahead to Tyo. Tyo breaking down the left sideline. Tyo drops for McQuaig. McQuaig tries to get the shot off. It's knocked down. Penalties are up. And it's back the other way. Here comes Wells. Breaking in by Dion. Centers it. But right there is King to break up the play. Off the boards. Out to center ice. Tyo. Tyo takes a hard check. The puck poke checked away. Back the other way. Here's a shot from center ice. Bounces in behind the net. Tommy Dion with it. Dion taken out of the play. Jeffrey pokes it to King. King starts out. Headman pass goes by everybody. We have a whistle. And we're going to have an elbow call. On who? On Canton,
I believe. I didn't even see that, Jerry. I'm not sure if it might have been behind the play. Let's see. 15.
Leaf Hunt
going off for Canton. So Massena will have their second power play of the afternoon.
I didn't even see that penalty. It must have been behind the play. But with 34 seconds left in the period, the Raiders are leading at 2-1. And I'll tell you, that goal by Chilton really ignited Massena,
sure
didn't it?
Did.
Whoa.
Oh, they look like a different team out there right now.
And now they have the power play as McQuaig comes off the bench right now. Out with Hurlbut and Hart, Dion and Chilton, the regular power play unit. We haven't had a chance to see this power play much tonight. It's only the second time. Off the face, it comes to Dion. Dion moves it ahead. Headman goes to Hurlbut, who takes it across. Here's Hurlbut in the zone, stopping in the corner. Takes it right in the slot, slides it through, goes behind the net. Here's McQuaig. 20 seconds left. McQuaig in the corner. Furman trying to take him out of the play. Coming in to help out as Hart skates away with the puck. Here's Hart in behind the net, circling. The wraparound, short side shot. Nice save made by Kenyon. Back to the point, 7 seconds left. Dion skates in the big shot. Nice save. A beauty by Kenyon with 1 second left. That'll take care of the period right there. And I'll tell you what, a whole different second period than the first period. And Massena goes to the locker room leading on a score of 2-1. But for Chris Kenyon, it could be 3-1 right now as he made a couple of big saves right at the end of the period.
The goal here to start the third period. Big thing, got to get that face off.
That's right. Bill McQuaig will be out there to do the do here. It'll be Wells facing off against him. And back at the points, T.J. Frank and Andy Furman. And I think it's going to be Darren Abbott out there as well to try to kill this off.
Wells will take the face-off against McQuaig.
We're just about ready to start third period. 15 minutes of hockey to go here. Off the faceoff, Wells wins it, and he controls the puck, takes it across the blue line, gets a shot off. Jeffrey makes the stop. That may have been off the net, but he stopped it anyway, leaves it for Dion. Feeds it over to Chilton. Chilton skates it out. Headman pass goes off a leg back into Massena territory with 40 seconds in the power play. Now to Hart, down the right wing side. Hart takes it across the blue line, goes into the corner and dropped it. Wells picks it up, golfs it to center ice. I think the soft ice got Hart that time, as there's still water laying on the ice. Long headman pass goes to Hurlbut. Hurlbut skates it. 20 seconds left in the power play. Off a leg in the Canton zone. They're going to dump it. Nope. It's kept in there by McQuaig. McQuaig's side of the net. He stops in the corner. Has it poke checked away. Jamming for it. He and TJ Frank. Wells takes a whack at it. Hart's going to come up with it right in front. Short side shot. Can't get it off. They jam at it. Where's the puck? McQuaig. And it hits a body. Goes into the corner. Now Hurlbut after it. The penalty is up. And it's tied up in the corner, and it's it's very hard to come out in the period on that power play. But Bill McQuaig did get a good shot off. It hit a body.
The puck came right out in front, and a little mess of players in there. The shot was taken, and I'm not sure if it hit the goalie or hit a defenseman, but it was deflected wide. The penalty is now over. They're all even face-off in the Canton zone. Massena leads 2-1.
Well, now we've got McQuaig, Hurlbut, and Edwards was out there, but now he's just apparently a messenger boy that time because he comes back over to the bench. What's the problem here? Stanley.
Sure. Stan Moore wanting some. I'm not sure what it is. Something about the far end of the ice. He's talking to referee St. Louis, and I'm not sure what. Apparently, whatever it was, they're going to play anyway.
Water in the corner, I guess.
Probably water in the corner, but they're going to play anyway. I think, unless there is a little bit. There has been water on the ice, Jerry. Of course, it's fairly warm in here.
Oh yeah.
Compared to Massena or some of the other rinks we've been in, it's real warm, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And there is some water sitting on the ice. Both referees talking over. The only thing they can do is stop play and get some of the arena attendants to bring their squeegees out. And Stan Moore must have pretty good eyes over there at the bench, see all the way down the corner.
And
there's a lot of water.
I guess so. It's a squeegee off the ice.
Okay.
Third period, Massena up 2-1, and we're ready to drop the puck. A little bit of movement on the faceoff as Collins a little bit anxious to get in the circle. Now he and Hart both move in. And St. Louis comes over and says, stay outside the line. They drop the puck off the faceoff. Puck in the slot. Hurlbut fired it just wide. Puck in behind the net. Comes to Hart. Hart in the corner. Has it poke checked away back to the blue line. King whacks at it. Taken away from him. Now a hard check thrown by Hurlbut. The puck comes to Collins, but not out. Now it slides to center ice. Hurlbut waits for his wings. Takes it across. Slides by a check. Hurlbut drop pass for Hart, poked away. The puck in the corner. Hart throws a check. Goes in behind the net. Another hard check thrown as McGurk tries to skate away with it. McQuaig gets a piece of it, but Canton breaks it out. Here's the pass ahead, meant for Carville, who was streaking down that right wing, but it went up into the bench, and the faceoff will come back in Canton territory with 13:38 left to play in the third period, 2-1 from Massena. As the Edwards line comes out there, along with Whalen and Chilton. This is a different defensive combination than we've seen in a while. These two used to play together a while ago.
Right.
Off the faceoff, puck comes back center ice. Whalen's got it. Backhands it back into Canton territory. Sobey trying to catch up with it. It's picked up there by TJ Frank. Now along the boards it comes. Tile gets a piece of it right in front. Sobey can't get the shot off as he's all down the rebound. Score! And it's 3-1 Massena.
I think, was Edwards?
I think that was Edwards.
Edwards took the shot as Sobey was in there, was knocked down, and as he was knocked down, he took a Canton player with him, and I think Edwards comes streaking in and just took a slap at that puck within the upper corner. Massena goes ahead by a score of 3-1.
I think it was Tayo.
Okay, Edwards' line was out there. I think you're right. Jeff Tayo picking up probably his biggest goal of the year. I'm not sure. Probably Sobey was an assist on that.
It was either Edwards or Tayo. They were standing side by side, and Tayo's the one who gets it, and it's 3-1 3-1 Massena. Off the faceoff, puck bounced to Massena blue line. Big Chilton is there. slides it ahead, kicked by Edwards into the zone. Back there is Furman, feeds it around behind the net, comes to Whalen. Whalen doesn't take the shot, steers it into the corner instead. Here's Whalen kicking it around, moving it back in behind the net. Tile gets by him, and the Canton Bears will break it out of there. Out to center ice. Yep, Tile can't keep it in. Here's Tile. Dumps it in the corner. And the puck around the boards. Here comes Canton, feeding it ahead. And the puck, you mean, that was supposed to be Sovey. They missed a number because Hurlbut wasn't on the ice. Now the puck, McQuaig's line out there in the Massena zone. Hurlbut's got it. Kenny says that's the easiest assist I've had all year. Sitting on the bench. But the puck comes in behind the net. It's Whalen. Whalen steps by a check, has it taken away. Puck in the corner. Chilton throws a check. The puck comes to McQuaig, and he skates it. Here's McQuaig. Head man for Hurlbut goes off his leg. Back along the boards, McQuaig pokes at it, and they take a whack at it, and the puck slides to Massena blue line. Dion, head man to Hurlbut. Hurlbut steps for McQuaig, takes it in the zone. Here's McQuaig in the corner trying to slide it through. He's taken out of the play by a couple of Canton players. The puck free. Canton just wants to tie it up, and we'll have a face-off in Canton territory with Massena leading it 3-1.
That goal was from Jeff Tile. Assist going to Sovey and to Edwards. Big goal for Massena. Massena goes up by a score of 3-1, putting a lot of pressure on Canton right now. Canton down 2 goals. The tide has definitely turned in Massena's favor. Massena now playing much, much better than Canton.
Burke's line out there, face-off Canton zone. Collins' line out there for the Golden Bears. Still some movement on that face-off circle. And now Abbott moves in. They drop the puck. It bounces. Paquin gets a piece of it, poked away from him. Back to the blue line, out to center ice. Here comes Abbott breaking down the right wing side. Gets a short side shot off, goes up into the net. That'll move the face-off back outside again. They have here at Appleton Arena nets up above the glass, and when it hits the net, it's out of play, which I don't know if it's so good.
I'm not sure either.
At Clarkson, they've got the glass high.
Yeah, and they play it off that high glass. Here with the nets, as soon as it hits the nets, they whistle it dead.
So the face-off moves outside. That time it works to Massena's advantage, but off the face-off, it comes to King. King kind of overskates it, but slides it out to center ice, dumped right back in. Goes in behind the Massena net. Dion with it. Headmans it. Along the boards, but not out. Hard check thrown there. The puck comes free. Here's a quick shot knocked down by Dion. Picked up by Paquin. He has trouble getting it out, and Dion picks it up. Here comes Dion. Breaking down the ice, 2-on-1. He's got Parker. He's going to take the shot. Kenyon makes the big save on Dion. We're going to have a penalty, and that's going to go against Canton. As I'll tell you what, Dion got a good shot off, but the Canton player was all over him. Roughing the call, and Massena will go on the power play here with 11:14 left to play. That's going to be McGurk getting the gate for roughing.
It was a 2-on-1 that time as Dion and Parker both going in on McGurk. Dion elected to shoot. He got the shot off. Save was made by Chris Kenyon. He gave up the rebound and was finally covered for a faceoff.
Off the faceoff, the puck bounces to center ice. Here comes Carville trying to pick it up. He and McQuaig go together. Puck slides in the Canton zone. Bang back down to the Massena blue line. Here comes Canton's Collins breaking by, and the puck goes in the corner. Now back out to center ice, back into Canton territory. Taking a whack at it there was T.J. Frank, and back down to the Massena end it goes. In behind the net, Dion skates past the check. Long headman pass right on the stick of Hurlbut. Hurlbut breaks across the blue line, feeding to McQuaig. McQuaig takes it in the corner, centering pass right in front, goes in behind the net. Now the shot comes back down the ice as Furman got a piece of it and whaled it down the ice. Back to pick it up is Dion. He drops it for Chilton. Chilton starts out from Massena. Headman pass to Hurlbut. Hurlbut trying to get it to McQuaig, a little bit behind him. The puck comes free, and it's picked up by Collins. 30 seconds left in the penalty. Collins doesn't get it out of there. The puck comes back to the blue line, kept in by McQuaig. Centering pass, Hurlbut fired it just wide. Puck in behind the net. McQuaig picks it up. Trying to center it in the slot, but it's cleared away by Canton. And Massena with a beautiful opportunity just fired it wide. Now Carville killing off some time here. Canton breaking down with 12 seconds left. They fired in behind the net, and it's picked up by Chilton. 7 seconds left in the penalty. Now Dion. Dion moves it out to center ice. Stops, circles, as the penalty is up to McGurk, and he's going to skate off the ice. Headman pass, slides into the corner off the stick of Seth Sobey. After it is Jeff Tile. Tile gets by a check, trying to drop it through for Edwards. Now he's going to look to tie it up. Bangs it off the boards, along the sideboards, but not out. Sobey throws a check. Tile picks up the puck. Right front, short side shot. Save, and a big one by Kenyon. King again steps by a check. Short side shot again around the boards, and Whalen can't keep it in as it buzzes down the other end of the ice. With 9:13 left to play, 3-1 Massena. Here's Whalen. Brings it out of the center, out of the zone. Edwards follows up, takes it across. Here comes Edwards, the big blast. Goes wide. Whalen keeps it in at the corner, dumps it in behind the net. Seth Sobey picks it up in the corner. He just looks to tie up as Massena wants to make a line change. They jam for it, and Canton controls the Burke line out there for Massena. Out to center ice. A puck banged by Wells deep in Massena territory. Jeffrey leaves it for Whalen. Whalen around the boards. Funny bounce. Here's Wells with it. Back to the point. Gets a quick shot up. Big save by Jeffrey. Puck in behind the net. That was a weird bounce it took off the boards. Here's Whalen stepping by a check. Billy Whalen's had a heck of a game here. Feeds it ahead for Burke across the blue line off sides. And he hit the goalpost, but it would have been nothing anyway.
He put the puck off side himself as he went back to a sort of a backhand as he did. It slid outside the blue line. Both his wingers were inside, so face-off just outside of Canton. Blue line with 8:23 to go. 3-1, Massena.
Burke's line against, I would imagine that's Billy Bascom's line out there. No, it's still Wells' line out there. Now the puck into the bench, Canton bench, as Furman put it right into the bench. In fact, he almost got his coach with that one. And the faceoff will come inside Canton territory. We've seen two different hockey games here tonight, haven't we?
We sure have. The first part was you got to give to Canton. Second part, you got to give to Massena.
Here's Dion with the puck now. Steps by a check, feeds it along the board, steps by another check. Finally, it's poked away, and Abbott picks it up. Abbott's headman pass goes to Wells. He circles back into his own end. Here's Wells now skating it out of there. Wells back down the ice, building up a head of steam across the blue line, offsides. What happened was he faked the shot, and he caused both his men to go offside.
You got to get over that blue line before you make those little moves, because if you don't, your wingers are going to step over, which they did that time. And really, they had a pretty good head of steam going that time, as Wells had the puck, controlling the puck, but face-off just outside the Massena blue line.
Carball's line out now against the McQuaig line. Massena's gotten better play from their second and third line here. Yep. Puck in the corner now. After it, Carville and Dion. Dion and Carville jam. Carville skates away with it, but he can't control it. Massena breaking the other way. Here comes McQuaig. McQuaig leading the attack, crosses the blue line. Drop pass, Hurlbut shot. Kenyon makes the big kick save. Goes in the corner, hard after it. Taken out of the play. The puck comes free to McGurk. McGurk feeding it down the boards out to center ice. Here comes Carville. Carville is hauled down. There'll be a penalty on McQuaig.
McQuaig going off as Carville had beat King, and he hooked Carville as Carville was going in there on the right side. So McQuaig will sit in the penalty box. Canton will go on a power play.
They called it a cross check. Oh, wait a minute. I think they gave him a double minor.
I was going to say, he wouldn't be.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not surprised. He picked up a double minor on that. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, Canton's got a chance to get back in this game.
Off the faceoff, just inside Massena's zone. Puck along the blue line. Tayo after it and takes a whack at it. Clears it to center ice. So Canton's got a lot of time here to get back in the hockey game. They got 3 minutes of penalty killing for Massena to try to do here. Now King dumps it back out, center ice, takes a whack at it, feeds it to the blue line. It can't. It got in front of the referee. They jam for it, and back the other way come the Canton Golden Bears. Here's Wells across the blue line. He's with Carville, looking to center it. Back to Abbott. Shot knocked down. And where's the puck? I think it's underneath a Canton man. Yeah, it was. It was underneath Carville. He got hit with a shot is what happened.
I think he did.
And the faceoff will move outside. Hooking and cross-checking. What happened was McQuaig ended up on top of Carville, and he used Carville's neck as a
little leverage there.
As a little leverage to get
help
up.
himself get up.
Yeah. And that's not too kosher, especially when you do it in front of the referee.
No, it was right in front of the referee. No doubt about those penalties.
Now, they were well deserved. and not real. Well, the first one, you can look at as, a penalty is a penalty, but the second one was not necessary. Puck across the blue line, they jam for it, and we have an injured player.
He was
Wells.
dumped. Wells was dumped by Edwards. There was no penalty involved, but as he did, I think he sort of went flat on his back and banged his head and helmet against the ice. They both just sort of ran into each other, I think, Jerry. There was no intent on that, and I think Wells just came out the worst for that one. He's down on the ice. I think
he'll be all right.
Yeah, his bell's rung a little bit as he hit that ice really flat. I think it sort of snapped his neck and as his head hit the ice. Of course, Canton on a power play. They got a double McQuaig, a double minor, so there'll be a 3-minute power play to Canton. If they're going to get back in this game, they've got to score. I think if Massena can get by this double minor, they could maybe be home free, but they got to get by this double minor.
And the face-off will be between Edwards and Carville. Off the draw, the bouncing puck in the circle, picked up by Abbott. He takes it across the blue line. Abbott in the corner, taken out of the play by Chilton. Now Carville comes in, tries to get it back to the blue line. Edwards, Mickey might be having his best game of the season right here as he sends it down the ice. 1:59 in the power play. And the puck slides, bouncing in the Canton zone. Carville picks it up and starts out. Carville, headman pass, or Carville gets it from Wells, I should say. Wells and Carville. Carville in behind the net. Trying to center it back to the point it goes. Furman's shot goes high over the net. After it is Dion takes a whack at it. He and Wells jam for it. Now Carville comes in, side of the net, right across the goal mouth, and Wells picks it up. 1:30, 2-1. The penalty, the first one is up, but Bill still in the box, of course, for another one. Back to the point. Collins, a shot knocked down by Tyo this time. Collins gets it back again. Collins gets a shot off. Jeffrey makes the save. The rebound, dumped down the ice. Big save by Greg. Right. Huge save by Jeffrey. About a minute left in the double minor now. And I'll tell you what, this power play has been out there for a long time.
They got to be tired.
Here's Carville taking it across the blue line. Has it poke checked away. Following up is Bascom. Bascom having trouble controlling it. Bounces to Hart. Hart takes a whack at it. He's still got it underneath him and ties it up. And we'll have a face-off. And I think it's going to...
We got a penalty coming up to Herbert. I'm not sure what that's for a tripping call.
No, it's going to go against Canton.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. He pointed to Herbert, but Canton's Bascom going.
He upended Hart.
Okay.
That was a pretty close call, I would say, but he did upend Hart. Hart, boy, I'll tell you, he did a nice job of keeping the puck tied up, down on his stomach. But that'll even things up here with 5:18 left to go in the third period. Massena continues to lead 3-1. 50 seconds left in the penalty to Bill McQuaig. So we're going to skate 4-on-4 plus the goaltenders. Carville stays out there. I guess when you get to this stage of the game, you leave the guns in as long as they can skate, right?
I think so. That's what they're doing.
Off the face-off. Carville feeds it ahead to Collins. Collins can't get it through, and it's dumped down the ice. That'll be an icing call on Massena. I think Hart forgot that we were even up.
That they're even up.
Number 9, Bill Bascom. A minute and a half for tripping.
Yep, Bascom of Canton, minute and a half for tripping as he tripped Matt Hart. Face-off will be back in the Massena zone. Both teams skating for a side. Massena up 3-1.
Carville will face it off against, I imagine Kenny Hurlbut will take the face-off. Dion's out there along with King. Off the face-off, the puck comes to Dion. He skates it ahead, moves it to center ice, and he just kind of shovels it to the Canton blue line. Collins picks it up, being forechecked by Hart. Collins feeds it over on the other side. Long headman pass goes to Carville. Carville breaking in on King. Poke checked away, gets it back again. Slides it out right in front. The shot just wide. I think Jeffrey got a piece of it on the way by.
Piece of it.
Here comes Dion, and he is hauled down. And a penalty will come, a slashing call against Canton.
Okay, that was a good play by Dion, as he knew he really didn't have too much of a chance, but he tried to get by two of them, and Glasgow had to haul them down, so Canton's Glasgow will go on a slashing call.
And now Massena will go on the power play, and they're going to be 2 men up in 14 seconds. with 4:42 left to go here in the third period. Massena leading it 3-1. Edwards out there with Tayo. And Chilton and Dion. And let's see, that's got to be Wells taking the face-off. McGurk is out there, and we'll pick up the other one in a moment. Dion with a puck now, starts out from Massena. Headman pass, goes to Edwards. He slides it ahead for Tahoe. Nice pass play. Edwards comes in, right front, short side shot. The rebound and another penalty, and a slashing call, and I think that's going to go against who?
It's against Canton.
Edwards.
I'm sure. Edwards and Tayo teamed up on a nice passing play. Edwards and then took the shot, and a good save that time by Kenyon, keeping Massena off the scoreboard. Good play by Tayo and by Edwards. Canton will put another man in the penalty box. Canton fans not liking these penalties.
That's going to be Wells. Off the face-off. Comes to Dion. Dion skates in, shoots. The save made. The rebound underneath Kenyon. The whistle blows. The puck gets slid free. But McQuaig is back on the ice. There's 34. Actually, there's going to be a minute 10 at least, a two-man advantage for Massena. Because this penalty doesn't start till the 34 seconds is up. And Reg, I hope you can keep track of all these penalties. Here's Dion. Cross-ice pass to Chilton. Chilton feeds it in behind the net to Hurlbut. Hurlbut over to McQuaig. McQuaig skates it into the corner. Back to Dion. Dion skates in, takes a shot, man in the crease. Faceoff moves outside. I think Kenny Hurlbut got called for being in the crease. And we're down to 4:09 left to play here in the third period. 21 seconds left in the first Canton penalty, 57 in the second, and there's one yet to start.
Canton's dug themselves a real big hole here in the last part of the third period, getting those penalties, Jerry. Now they're two men down, and they will be two men down for a while. Canton Wells will be on a delay. His penalty cannot start until, Bascom's is up.
So this penalty is number 10, John Collins, and number 7, Greg Collins.
Off the face. The puck comes bouncing along the blue line, and it's dumped down the ice by, let's see here, that's Mike McGurk. Dion picks it up. Here comes Dion. Headman to McQuaig. McQuaig across the blue line, right through the middle. Now he takes it into the corner. Sets it up. McQuaig still with a puck. In behind the net. Now Carble gets a piece of it. Feeds it back to the blue line, right to Dion. Dion shot. Oh, Kenyon made a big save. Puck comes free behind the net. McQuaig in, looking to move it back to the point. Chilton takes a whack at it. Stolen by Carble. And here comes Bascom stepping on the box. That can't go as Jeffrey makes the save. That cannot go because they have too many men on the ice right now.
Right. Too many men on the ice. There's no way that can go. They still got too many. They got a man in the penalty box.
He can't go until a whistle.
He came out of. I'm not. Of course, if he was sent out by the man in the box, they will not call a penalty.
No, I don't think it was his fault.
Billy McQuaig talking to him. I'm sure he's wanting a penalty. Has too many men in the box. But if he was sent out by the one of the people in the penalty box, there will be no penalty. But they did have too many men on the ice. Canton still has two men in the penalty box.
Yeah. The box keeper just said I sent him out.
Okay. Mistake by the man in the box.
When there's a penalty behind him. Now, if the penalty box keeper made the mistake, then I don't believe that Canton can be penalized.
No. Collins has 19 seconds to go. We've got 3:31 to go in the game. Massena leads 3-1.
And the faceoff will come back in Canton territory. Now, Mike St. Louis saying he wasn't supposed to leave the box. Here's Dion with the puck now as we're back to live action. Feeding it into McQuaig. McQuaig short side. Back to the point to Chilton. Here's a shot right on. The save made. Puck bouncing. Kenyon covers up. 3:19 left to play.
Shot was taken from that left point. Chilton keeping it nice and low. The save was made by Kenyon. This time he covered up, not allowing Massena to get the rebound.
Now we'll face it off again in Canton territory. McQuaig will take the draw. Now what do we have here?
Not sure. Referee going over to one of the Canton defensemen. Something about his mask or mouthpiece or strap, I think.
That's Furman. He comes off the ice. And who's going to come on? Steve Glasgow? No, they're going to make the change, I guess.
I'm not sure.
There we go. He had something wrong with his mask.
Something wrong with his mask. He'll come back out. Massena's still in a power play. They got a two-man advantage. Face-off in the Canton zone.
3:19 left to play here in the third period. Off the face-off. Puck sitting in the circle. They jam for it. Hurlbut gets a piece of it. Now McQuaig takes it across, drops it to Dion. Dion winds, takes a shot. Save made, or hit a body, one or the other. And Canton's going to break back the other way. Here's Furman across the blue line, just dumps it in Massena territory. We got a penalty?
No, it's on. Delay offside.
Delay offsides. Massena's going to take their time to cross the blue line. They get it out to center ice. Now McQuaig throws a check. The puck slides free. Carville picks it up. 2:50 left to play. Carville knocks it. Goes right in on Jeffrey, and Jeffrey makes the save. And it goes into the corner. Carville after it, trying to get by a check. McQuaig picks it up. Steps by a check himself and breaks down the other way. Here's McQuaig from center ice across the blue line. Takes it in the corner. Centering pass right in front. And the puck comes back to the blue line to Tommy Dion, who takes a whack at it. Goes in behind the net. Here's Collins. Dumps it. Ouch. I hope nobody got that one as it went up into the crowd.
Boy, that one up in the crowd. They really slapped that one. I think somebody did get the puck on that. Boy, I'll tell you, that was slapped hard. Somebody took that puck on the far side. And, boy, that came before anybody even knew it.
Boy, that's always a danger watching a hockey game. That's why you got to be in the game.
You sure do.
Edwards will be out there now. 2:22 left. This last few minutes has taken forever to play. All kinds of controversy. 4 seconds left before Wells comes back out, and Canton will be back to full strength. Massena leading at 3-1. 2:22 left to play. Carville will take the face-off, and Canton wants a timeout up there. That's why he took the timeout. Give these guys a rest. Off the draw, back to the point. Whalen winds, a shot. Oh, just wide. Puck around the boards. King pinches in, trying to keep it in. He does. Tyo, the penalty is up, and the puck goes in behind the Canton net. McGurk, poke checked away by Edwards. Edwards skates it around. Now Canton steals. Back to center ice. It comes to Bascom. King steals it from him, feeds to center ice. Tyo bangs it ahead for Edwards. Edwards trying to get by a check. The puck comes free back to Bascom. Bascom slides it into Massena blue line. After it, Wells. Whalen ahead to Sovey. Sovey trying to get it out of the zone. The bouncing puck banged. Bascom kicks it in. The puck comes to Whalen, who drops it in behind the net. Whalen around the boards now. Feeding it for Sovey. Sovey loses it. Gets it back again. Now Whalen with it. 1:30. Whalen starts out. Moves it ahead. If Canton touches the puck, the whistle will blow and the face-off will move down the length of the ice because they controlled it with a high stick.
So another break for Massena as Canton control that puck with a high stick over their shoulder. It goes all the way back to the Canton end. We've only got 1 minute, 30 seconds to go in the game. Massena leads 3-1.
He should have let it go because when he'd gone down the ice, it would have been an icing call against Massena. Of course, that's easy for us to say up here in the press box.
Yeah, it's almost second nature to try to knock that puck down.
That's right. McQuaig's line out there now. Probably for most of the remainder of this hockey game, I would guess.
Line there.
Off the face-off. Hart gets a shot off, goes in behind the net. Picked up by McQuaig. He steals the puck in the corner. Steps by a check, looking to tie it up, and does, with 1:19 left to play.
All Bill McQuaig is trying to do is tie up that puck in the Canton end, which he did right against the board. So the face-off will be still in the Canton end.
McQuaig will take the draw against Carville. Puck is dropped. Carville bangs it to the blue line, but not out. Shot knocked down, comes back to center ice. Here comes Wells. Wells goes across, finds Carville. He can't get it to him. Chilton picks it up. Back the other way, Big Chilton. Racing down the ice, gets by a check, gets the backhander off, goes in behind the net. Right in front, here comes Carville. 58 seconds and counting. We have a whistle. and Matt Hart goes headfirst into the boards, and he is hurting. And the face-off will be at center ice.
Okay. Hart went into the boards, and as soon as Tommy Caruso, referee Caruso, saw he was hurt, he blew the whistle. Now face-off right at center ice. Hart was not hurt, however, just stunned. He's up and going into the box for a little bit of a rest.
I wonder.
To play the game.
Play the game?
Play the game.
We'll give him the Oscar nomination for
the Oscar today, I think.
Tonight's game.
Yeah.
Off the face-off, Edwards wins the draw. Solvey races for it, can't quite get it, but it comes to Tayo, short side shot. High over the net. Kenyon did the turtle on that one. The infamous turtle. And here's Collins. Solvey takes him out of the play, ties it up, and Massena's got some good play from that second line here, haven't they? And the
really
third line.
Yep, absolutely. I think they're the keys to that win today.
Of course, Billy McQuaig came through with a breakaway when you needed it. Tommy Dion setting him up. But it was...
well, you expect that out of McQuaig, though.
That's right.
Yeah, you really do. Because he's a senior. He's had a lot of experience, and he's a blue chipper.
Now the puck out to center ice. Here comes Wells. 39 seconds. Takes it across the blue line. Gets a shot off. Chilton blocks it. Now goes behind the net. Chilton throws a hard check. We have a whistle. A high stick on Chilton.
Chilton kept the stick up that time as he checked the Canton man into the boards. Chilton will go off on a high stick call.
So now Kenyon's out of the net, of course. And Canton will have a power play as well. So in actuality, they have a two-man advantage here. Of course, the thing about this, though, is that Massena can ice the puck now. So there's two ways to look at this. But the face-off is where Canton wants it in Massena territory with 32 seconds left to play. Massena leading 3-1. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we see a timeout here shortly by Massena. Maybe not, though.
Face-off will be in the Massena end.
Yep, there it is. That's, wait a minute, I take that back. I should have known. Chris Wells will take the face-off against Bill McQuaig. Face-off in Massena territory. Off the draw, puck into the slot by everybody. Hurlbut racing for it. Looks to tie it up. Kicks it, not out. Kept in, poke checked out to center ice. Here comes McQuaig. Breaking down, he's got an empty net to shoot at, but says, nah, why? We'll tie it up right there, and does. And Bill McQuaig made a smart play, but anyway, it was Kenyon getting back in.
Kenyon was back in the nets. But I think all McQuaig wanted to do is just tie it up, kill a little time, and tie it up against the boards as Canton is on the power play. That killed off a few seconds. 17 seconds to go. Massena will win this one by a score probably of 3-1.
You're going to make that prediction, huh, Reg?
I'm going to make that prediction.
Off
right.
the face-off, it comes to Dion, who dumps it in Canton territory. Bounces right on Kenyon. He has to make the save with 10 seconds left. Both teams will be going on to state competition. McQuaig takes a whack at the puck. 4, 3, 2, 1. Massena wins the sectionals again this year by a score of 3-1. And we were figuring out this is what, the 6th year in a row?
I think 6 years in a row that Massena has won the sectionals. Going back to 1980, I think in 1980, Lake Placid won the sectionals. Every year since, Massena has won the sectional. I'll tell you, they had to work it out for them today. Canton came in here to play. As you said, it was like two different games. Canton, for the first period and a half, had control of the game. Then the last period and a half, it switched over to Massena territory. It was a strange kind of a game.
It happened that Canton scored 1 goal when they were in control. Massena scored 3 when they were in control. So Massena wins it on a score of 3-1. And that means Massena will be playing in Shenandoah next Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock for the right to go to Glens Falls, and that should be a dandy.
Oh, that should be a game. It was a good game today. I thought the key to the game as far as Massena was concerned, I think. In fact, my number 1 and number 2 stars, my number 1 star goes to that second line. My number 2 star goes to the third line. When you can get production, if Massena gets production from their second and third line, I don't think anybody's going to beat them.
No.
They haven't mixed too much all year, but I tell you, in a game today where it counted, the second line set up the goal of Chilton, and then the third goal came off the stick of Tayo with a lot of work being done by Solvey and Edwards. And I think they were the 2 keys to winning this game, is that Stanmore got production from both the second and third line there.
Well, that's definitely the case, and a 3-1 victory for Massena as the Raiders win the sectionals here this afternoon. There'll be some presentations, but while we have a moment here, we'll tell you that our broadcast brought to you by Collins Brothers, East Orvis Street, Massena, Massena Optics and Eye Appeal of Potsdam, Seacom Federal Credit Union, Massena Savings and Loan Association, the Emmy Avery Company, Homestead Dairies and Ice Cream Shops, A-Plus Mini Market, Central Service Bureau, 33 East Orvis, Crinklaw Lawn and Garden, your John Deere sales representative. North Country Sports, Phillips Memorial Home, Jefferson National Bank, Big Daddy Subs and Pizzas, Evergreen Memorials, Whalen Insurance, Reynolds Metals, and the North Country Savings Bank. So now the awards being handed out. Jim Michelson saying a few words.
There was only one goal scored, of course, in that third period. That goal picked up by Jeff Tile with assist going to Sobey and to Edwards, and that sort of put the little icing on the cake. After that, I think it was all Massena's here.
Yeah,
and then Canton got into penalty problems in that third period, and that took away any supposed offense that they were, wanting to generate. So then Massena, of course, 3-1 win. Nice win for Stan Moore and his Red Raiders.
Yes, it was.
And also the officials for all their work, both in Section 7 and Section 10. How about a round of applause for those people who
Jim Michelson, the athletic coordinator for Section 10. As the announcements will be made. We're going to have the trophies for first and second place in the All Northerns.
The West League trophy goes to Norwood Norfolk.
So Norwood Norfolk winning the Western Trophy as goaltender Gary Gushlaw, captain of the team, along with his co-captains Phil Jenner and who is that? Oh, that's Don Peterson. Phil Jenner and Don Peterson come out to receive their trophy. St. John's winning the Eastern, and the entire Section 10 is, they have got one heck of a fine hockey club at St. John's.
Do.
They only lost 3 games all year, one to Massena, one to MAI, and one to Potsdam.
Sectional trophy and banner is won this year by St. John's.
St. John's winning the B division, of course. As coming out, captains Chris Johnson and Todd Defiant, and I'm not sure who the other captain is. I'm trying to see. It's hard I don't recognize these guys with their helmets off.
Right. Without their equivalent, without their helmet, it's pretty hard to recognize some of these players.
But the 3 co-captains for St. John's coming out. Now the All Northerns. See if we can pick them up as we go along. They didn't give them ahead of time to us like they usually do.
But...
Oh, when John Murray was a hockey chairman, we used to get a few things.
First we have Division B.
The B division.
Honorable mention.
West.
Joe McKenna, Norwood Norfolk.
Joe McKenna.
Mark Benny, Alexander Bay. Brian Hansen, OFA.
Brian Hansen of OFA.
Scott Chase, Plattsburgh.
Scott Chase of Plattsburgh.
Canton.
Chris Kenyon of Canton. That was for his game against Massena, Rich.
I believe so. Now we get to the second team.
Rich Denicourt.
Richie Denicourt of Potsdam.
Mike Humel.
Mike Humel of OFA.
Kenny Hurlbut.
Kenny Hurlbut of Massena.
Corey Varney.
Corey Varney of Potsdam.
Andy Furman.
And Andy Furman of Canton. Ed Thomas of Potsdam, the second team goaltender. First team.
All Northern, Division A.
Here we go.
McQuaig.
Bill McQuaig of Massena.
Not surprised about that one. That's 2 years in a row.
And Billy makes first team. Chris Wells of Canton.
Greg Carville.
Greg Carville of Canton.
Bob Dion.
Tom Dion of Massena. No surprise there.
Bob Chilton.
Robbie Chilton of Massena. So Massena getting the first team defense, and we give up by far the least number of goals in the season. That's the reason. And the next reason coming up right here, I would imagine. Greg Jeffrey of Massena.
Yeah, Barnaby Jeffries of Massena. Greg Jeffries has played well really all year long. So Massena really picked up Jeffries in goal on the All-Northern, Rob Chilton, Tommy Dion on defense, and Billy McQuaig forward. Of course, Wells and Carville, number 1 and number 3 in scoring for the Division I NAC. No, I don't think any real big surprises there.
No, not at all. Now let's see. We still have the MVP of the league in both Division I and Division II here to announce, I would imagine.
That's right.
At least I think so.
Normally they do.
And also, don't they have a most valuable goaltender award?
We have the B Division West team over there at my left. B Division East, right here, and A Division over on the right.
Trying to get a few pictures taken, I think, Jerry, before they maybe announce the MVPs of the Division I and Division II. Of course, now that you got East and West and Division II, it just doubles the number of your all Northerns.
That's right.
Before it was just all one group. Now you've got an East and West, and of course they have all Northern selections in both the East and the West. Of course, in Division I, there's just the one division.
Right. Just the 6 teams. 6 teams this year is...
The only I got last year's like Billy McQuaig and Tommy Dion on the team.
It is team submission A.
Okay. Sportsmanship award now.
During the play, and the winner this year is Jacques Perrier.
Jacques Perrier. St. Lawrence Central wins the sportsmanship award. I'm sure his dad Brian is very pleased about that. Brian, of course, is the arena director at St. Lawrence Central. I saw him before the game. I said, Brian, aren't you sick of hockey yet? He says, are you kidding me? A lot of people here who aren't sick of hockey yet, Reg.
I'll tell you, it was a good crowd today.
Yeah, there was.
Here at Appleton.
It's a nice place for it.
It's an excellent place to hold the finals. It's an excellent rink, and it was a real good crowd.
Goal against average award for B Division. It's from the Officials Association. Charlie Burns of Thousand Islands winning the goal against award for Division II. Imagine that's Division II West.
Most outstanding player.
Most outstanding player, Division II.
B Division East.
East. Martin Labonte. So the MVP of Division II East is Martin Labonte, the leading scorer in Division II this year. And they've got to go west as well. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see who gets the West award.
On West, I don't know.
Most outstanding player, Officials Award for the West, Norwood, Norfolk, Gary Guslaw.
Gary Guslaw of Norwood, Norfolk. So Guslaw getting the award for Division II West. Gary has had a very fine career at Norwood, Norfolk. He's a good goaltender. Now we've got to go to the Division I awards, I would think.
The B Division Coach of the Year.
Oh, Coach of the Year.
There is no award. Basically, this is just voted on by the coaches.
Coach of the Year.
The outstanding coach. This year, it's Jack Duncan from Norwood.
Jack Duncan.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Jack's done a great job with the Flyers this year, and he wins the Coach of the Year. Jack, of course, is a very experienced coach. He used to coach Salmon River, you might remember, and he's done a job with Norwood, Norfolk. Now the A Division awards. Massena winning both the league and the tournament this year. As in the past, 5 years, 6 years, something like this. 6 years.
6 years, I believe.
Also go to Massena.
The sectional trophy to Massena.
That's a good day. Pick up 2 trophies, one for the league championship, one for the sectional championship.
That's right. So Massena will be the representative, and Canton will be the at-large team. Well, that's got to be Greg Jeffrey. Of course. Just looking at the stats, he won that by a lot. His goal against was quite a lot lower than any other regular goaltender. You have to have 9.5 games under your belt. Just looking at the stats, Jeffrey had a goal against average of 1.7. The nearest regular goaltender was Burns at 2.56 at Division II. Chris Wells wins the MVP award. So Chris Wells, the MVP. And Greg Jeffrey, the most valuable goaltender.